Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is 12 noon on my end, so it is afternoon in Lagos, Nigeria. Let me know what time it is on your end. Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? Hopefully, it's not night. So, because at night people tend to have blurry eyes and then they're sleepy and so they can't watch the content. Welcome to today's NGX midday update. I do this every day about noon Nigerian time, giving you an update of trading so far on the NGX. The NGX is the Nigerian equities market, what you can call the Nigerian stock market. And what do we have? It's looking like a really bouncy day, really active day. Why do I say so? Let's start over with value. We have one billion naira, 1.05 billion naira worth of Lafarge WAPCO shares traded so far, which is huge for Lafarge. And then you have for First Holdco, parent company of the Popular First Bank of Nigeria, you have 794 million naira worth of shares traded so far. Thirdly, Aradel still trading fairly large values. In fact, yes, trading fairly large values, 675 million naira worth of Aradel shares traded. Let's look at volume. Consolidated Hallmark Insurance leads the way with 83 million shares traded. This is huge. This is really huge. So who's buying? This is quite big for this firm. First Holdco distant second with 25.6 million shares traded so far. And Charms seems to have been trading large volumes this week. I think this should be the second or third day of fairly large volumes for this firm. 13.5 million shares of Charms, an ICT firm, traded today. In terms of the gainers, what you have? CNIF up 10%, Airtel Africa up 10%, Charms up 9.85%, Square up 9.26%, and Unicel up 8.86%. To the losing end of things, what I like to call deja vu land, because they seem to repeat themselves day in, day out, intraday. You have the same names. You have Better Glass is down 10%. You have Infinity Trust Mortgage down 10%. Total Energies Nigeria down 10%. NCR down 10%. And Transpower down 10%. So clearly these names tend to dip during intraday trading, but close flat most of the day or most trading days, because you need a singular block trade of 100,000 shares to move a stock up or down. And for stocks that are pretty pricey, that rarely happens. So let's look at the broad market. Let's start with the index. All share index, what do we have? Up 0.07%. That's essentially flat, because the 0.07% increase in a price or a number is essentially flat. So the market is flat today, but let's move on to the premium side of things. Dangote Cement in the red. Are we losing some of the gains that were recorded yesterday? 528 bid, 529.9 offer. That's the spread of just under 2 naira, or less than 2 naira, slightly less than 2 naira spread for this firm. And why do I keep mentioning the spread? And you would notice me discuss spreads or mention several spreads. The wider the spread, the more likely you see trades for short-term players in the stock. The tinier or the slimmer the spread, the less likely you would have players who are going to swing that stock. And as you can see, consolidated hallmarks still adding some shares, so there's still some momentum there. Let's see MTN Nigeria. MTN Nigeria is on my radar. What do we have? It's a pretty sleepy trading day. 367,000 MTN Nigeria shares traded so far. Bid price 458, offer price 460. You have what is this? You have about 600,000 shares being bid, and you have 2.1 million shares being offered. So that's a net offer. You have more offers than bids, and so very likely you may have the price close downwards today if you have sufficient volume. What else? WAPCO. Let's see. WAPCO has traded large volumes today. 8 million 8.2 million WAPCO shares traded today. That's about 1.05 billion naira worth of shares, like I said earlier. Bid price 128.2, offer price 128.5. That's a spread of 30 kobo, really tiny spread. The interplay between bid and offer is quite narrow. 3.1 million shares being bid and 4.9 million shares being offered. That's Seplat. The Seplat trade just went in or went on at 6,000 naira. So let's go switch lanes to Seplat. What do we have? Bid price 5,951 naira point 20 kobo. Offer price 6,000 naira. You have more offers than bids. But in terms of shares traded, 13,378 Seplat shares traded so far. It is unlikely that this stock would move upwards or downwards. So we may see this stock close flat at 5,917 naira and 20 kobo. Let's move over to the general boss. That's that side of things. So let's look at equities. What do we have so far? Let's see Aradel. Aradel remains in play. 626.5 bid, 629.3 offer. That is a spread of 3 naira and just under 2 naira. Yeah, so fairly widespread. The bids are quite heavy. 2 million shares bid, 637 shares being offered. So clearly, there's robust demand from this stock. We'll know at the end of the day if this demand is on the retail side of things, or this demand is from the institutional side of things. What else do we look at again? Let's see consolidated hallmark, large volume traded, most actively traded stock by volume as of now. 4.12 bids, 4.24 offer. That's a spread of 12 kobo. Really tiny spread in that stock. And let's see custodian. What do we have? 40.4 bids, 40.6 offered. In terms of bid volumes and offer volumes, not much difference in that stock. So that's what we have there. Let's see LR Lakes trending stock of the moment. What do we have? 13.75 bids, 13.89 offered. Net offers, because you have 12 million shares on offer, 2.8 million shares being bid. So clearly you have more sellers than buyers. Means that you very likely would have the stock close maybe slightly downwards today. Heavy volumes traded so far today. So if the volumes are mostly negative, then you may have the stock close downwards today. What else is worth watching again? FCMB at 10.6, still trading higher than its public offer pricing of 10 naira. Gerigu in the red, but the 100k rule means that the stock remains in deja vu land as we see. Let's go check GTCO. Is there anything new there? GTCO seems to have retraced. Few days ago, the stock was at 99 naira. Now it's at 94.7. Did it close at 99? I'm not too sure, but I did see the stock traded at 99 naira a few days ago. 94.8 last price for the stock. Bid price 94.7, offer price 94.8. You have more bids than offers. So clearly, it's likely that this stock could close down because simple demand and supply. If you have more, I beg your pardon, if you have more demand than supply, means prices will close up. If you have more supply than demand, it means prices very likely will close down. So for GTCO, just switch green. GTCO just switch green, so it's 94.7. As you can see on my left, I'm constantly with an eagle eye monitoring the time, because once the videos are too long, the views tend to be poor, and that defeats the whole purpose for me. You want to have as many people be encouraged to watch as possible. Let's see NACO. NACO remains on my watch list for the next couple of days. 108.05 bid, 110 offered, spread of just under 2 naira. 2.5 million shares being bid, 508,000 shares offered. So clearly, it's a net bid. You are having more bids than offers. So it's very possible that, last traded at 111. It's very possible we may see this stock. If you have sufficient 100,000 shares block trades, you may see the stock close higher today. Let's see NCR. NCR traded large volumes last week. Who bought, who sold, we don't know. Bid price 14.4, offer price 17, spread of like 2 naira or 2 naira 50, 2 naira 60 kobo spread. So that's a fairly wide spread net sale because you have more offers than sales, buys, I beg your pardon. 84,000 shares on sale or being offered, 9,700 shares being bid. So that is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. These are what I call stocks in deja vu land. Okumu Oil, um, 96 9,963.5 bids, 963.9 offer. That's a spread of 40 kobo. I dare say that's not worth looking at spread wise. And so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I see nothing out of the ordinary here today beyond the large trades in consolidated hallmark insurance. A quick refresher before we leave. What do we have? Volume wise, Connell still leading 83.2 million shares traded. WAPCO leading in terms of value 1.059 billion naira worth of shares traded. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. See you at market.